Welcome to this one. The question for today is what makes you credible? And to make this really easy, I'm going to tell you what doesn't. Being a bestseller doesn't make you credible. Having pictures with the big boys or girls doesn't make you credible. Showing people all of your wealth and all of your success doesn't make you credible. Having hundreds of followers, thousands of followers, hundreds of comments doesn't make you credible. Having a magnificent website and I don't know, $100,000 photos doesn't make you credible. Having the coolest backdrop doesn't make you credible. I don't know what you think is credibility, but I can tell you that most of the things that are being told is not credibility. Being in Forbes magazine is not credibility. It doesn't make us care. Being on TV doesn't make us care. Being interviewed on the biggest podcast doesn't make us care. Like, at least I don't care. Having 100 employees, that doesn't make me see you as an expert. How far along you've come and all of your success and I don't know, the things you've accomplished and how you can help me, that doesn't make me see you as an expert. I don't really know what you're sold on. I don't know what game you're playing. But a lot of things that you think are credibility are not. And I had to learn this the hardest way. But there's one moment that changed it for me. When I was new to this business in the first year, I used to follow Brandon Butchard a lot. A lot. Like, he was one of those guys that I really loved. I still love Brandon, but I don't think I am following him as much as I used to do. And he was interviewing this lady called Natalie Hudson or something. I don't know if she's the boss babe, or if she's not. I don't really know like the real face for boss babe. Like, that's how much I don't follow things. And this lady had one incident happen to her that made her famous. She was like getting crickets, and boom, 1 million people discovered her and she got famous and she started whatever the brand movement she was creating. If you're watching this, you probably know the story. I think she was called Natalie Hudson. I believe that was what she was called. Maybe her name has changed. Maybe, I don't know. But what happened for this lady is she just had her baby, and then somehow she had issues with her bladder. And one day she was working out and she peed on herself. And she thought, oh, I could just hide this and disappear in shame and guilt and probably hope no one saw it, or I could film it and share it. And so I do not know how she filmed it anyway and how prepared she was to do that, but she filmed it and shared it. And every mother that had the shame and guilt of the aftermath of being a mother loved Natalie to death. That's how she built her brand. That's how she built her movement. That's how she really got successful. The reason I share this story is a lot of things you think people are looking for or people care about, they don't. The truth is, we care about our problems and if you can actually help us. That's the only thing we care about, whether it's me or you or whichever your audience is. We care about how you can help us and our problems. That's all. We don't really care who you are. We don't really care what your name is. We don't care. We don't care about a lot of things, but we do care about us, our problems, and who can help us. And so today I want to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people that I have worked with miss kind of the ball of what is credibility. Is it how many success, I don't know, reviews you have? No, really. To some extent, these things could help, but it is not entirely what really makes people see you as the person they want to work with. And so hopefully today I'm going to dive into one or two or three things that really speak credibility to the people that are listening to you, and hopefully something sparks on the inside of you. My job is really to just spark something on the inside of you. And hopefully that will help you, I don't know, get out of some kind of shell and then do your thing. But the main thing that needs to happen is you need to be clear of what game you're playing. What game are you playing? I don't know about you, but I'm playing the game of how can we 3x, 5x, 7x, 11x your revenues while working half of the time? That's the game I'm playing. And I am only interested in people who want to play that game, people who believe they can play that game. Now, the constant is that you can do it. You can 3x your income, you can 5x your income, you can 7x your income, you can 11x your income. The other constant is that you're going to fail along the way. And you're going to fail again and again and again. The only thing I don't know for sure is how long it will take you to do that. How long will it take you to 3x or 11x your revenue? I don't know. For some people, it could be a month. For some people, it could be 3. For some people, it could be half a year. For some people, it could be a year. And for some people, it could be a couple of years. But what I know for sure is if I show you my step-by-step how I teach things, you'll be able to somehow 3x, 5x, 7x, 11x your revenue without all the rules, all the drama, all the trickery, all the manipulation, while working in half the time. Because I've done it, I've helped people do it, and this is like what I breathe and live. That's the game I'm playing. I'm not playing the game of being successful. I'm not playing the game of, I don't know, knowing more than you do. I'm not playing the game of having 1,000 comments under every post I make. No, I'm not playing the game of having millions and billions of followers, probably buying, I don't know, paying for followers. That's not the game I'm playing. I'm playing the game of let's triple, let's 5x, let's 7x, let's 11x your revenue while doing a little less than you're doing now. And without all the rules, all the manipulation, all the gimmicks, all the drama. That's the game I'm playing. Let's play the game of being you, not the game of being authentic. Just play the game of being you. Let's play the game of healing your stuff. Let's play the game of getting out of your own way. That's the game I'm playing. Helping people make more money in less time. Healing my stuff and holding a container for my clients to heal their stuff. And they are playing the games that everyone wants to play. The first step for really getting to be credible in front of the people you serve is being clear on what game you're playing and letting people know, because there's a lot of people who don't want to play the game I play. There's a lot of people who even don't believe that those results are possible for them. Well, that's cool. Like, those are just not my people. My people are those who believe that they have it in them to 3x, 5x, 7x, or 11x their revenue. That doesn't have to be you. But it is up to me to really let you know what game I'm playing and give you an invitation to join if that's the game you want to play. There's 4 things I look at when I think about what makes you credible in front of your audience. And one of them is really holding the microphone for your audience. The audience have a lot of things to say. They have a lot of things they're ashamed of. They have a lot of things they're scared to say. And one part of you really getting the trust that you want is holding the microphone and saying those things. Me holding the microphone and saying, I know there is people that are best kept secrets in this marketplace. They have the amazing, amazing talents. They have all of the life-changing work. And right now they are buried in the sea and sand of gurus who don't give us much. And my goal and my dedication is to help best kept secrets come to market and command the prices that they deserve. Me holding the microphone and saying, I see you, I see that you're gifted, but you do not know how to get in the marketplace and be visible. That is what they are looking for. Be sure of the game you're playing, but also really hold the microphone for those people. Give me a second. I have a delivery and I really have to get it. I have to get the delivery. Just give me a second. So, the first thing is really holding the microphone. In the case of Natalie, holding the microphone and saying it's okay to be on yourself. It's okay to have your breakthroughs. It's okay to have fat in your stomach. You just had a baby. And she did a lot of pictures, a lot of marketing where she was really showing her body and all of the parts that were out of place and saying, you can be a mother and you can love yourself. You can be a new mother and you can be okay with that. And sharing her journey on how she overcame the bladder problems and go back in shape. That was her holding a microphone for another woman who feels less attractive because they've just had a baby. So in what ways can you hold a microphone for the people who follow your work, for the people that you're here to inspire? In what ways can you stand up and be misunderstood? In what ways can you put yourself on the line for them? In what ways can you be their voice? Because whoever can do that the most, people will see you and they will believe in what you're doing and they will come along. In what ways can you hold a microphone for those people that you intend to lead? If you're hiding behind the curtain and showing us all the perfect things that are happening for you, it doesn't help us. One of the things I like to do is I like to launch things on the fly. I like to do things before I have all the answers. I like to just go and do it. Why? Because it tells the person I help or the person I'm coaching that it is okay to move without all the answers. That it is okay to get a launch that flops. That it is okay to get crickets. That it is okay to move before you're ready. But if I'm not doing it, how can I expect them to do it? In what ways can you hold the microphone for the person that you serve? Because when you can do it before you're ready, then they somehow believe it's okay to do it before they're ready. When you can get crickets under your offer or campaign, then they feel better about launching their own campaign. In what ways can you hold the microphone? That's the first thing. The second thing really is meeting people where they are, speaking their language, talking about things that people are actually going through. One of the things people like to do is they like to sit on an island and create content and create offers and create, well, I know you're intuitive and I know you're probably being a vessel and you're probably channeling stuff, but a part of the game really is meeting people where they are. Where are your people? What are they struggling with? In my community, I'm discovering that people are struggling to kind of even bring in 10K. Highly qualified, highly gifted people are struggling to kind of bring in 10K, 20K, 30K. I thought my promise was, let's get 100K in the door, but no, we need to start from, let's get some clients in the door. Let's move from 0 to 10, then move from 10 to 30, then move from 30 to 100. Where are my people? They are struggling to get people to hire them. Are you creating content from an island? Are you sitting in your office and kind of asking ChatGPT what your audience need and you're just giving them that? Or are you actually in touch with people? Are you having conversations? Do you really know what people are struggling with? Do you really know what people want? Or are you assuming and creating the things you want to create? Meeting your audience where they are. Speaking their language. This is, I'm going to say this because I sit with a lot of healers. I talk with a lot of healers, a lot of spiritual experts. And this is usually the problem. The problem is that most people who need our help, and I don't consider myself a spiritual expert or a spiritual teacher. I just consider myself as someone who will do whatever I need to do to help my client. So if you have definitions of coach, mentor, consultant, healer, if you have those definitions, this may throw you off. I don't consider myself as anything other than a guide, and I'll do whatever I need to do to help my client. Whether that's to coach them, whether that's consulting, whether that's to mentor them, whether that's to walk through some internal blocks, we're going to do it. Whatever we can do. We're going to do whatever we can do to get the results that we need to do. For some of my clients, they come for business help, and I find that we have to do some life coaching before we can get to the money. So meet people where they are. Speak the language. The problem with most spiritual experts is they forget that most of the people they are talking to are mainstream. And mainstream, they don't understand a lot of things. So the more woo you get, the less people want the thing that you give. A lot of people want the help, can use the help, but they don't want There are thousands and thousands of layers that need to happen for them to kind of do the thing they want to do. I had a client who had gone through some healing experiences, and she came to me and told me, you know what, Prima, I want to actually build my business. I have my skills, I want to monetize, but I don't want to do this deep healing stuff. And I was like confused. I was like, why? It was like, okay, I know my gifts, I know my beliefs, I know I can do this. And while I know that I may need to heal, I don't want to do the deep stuff right now. Like right now, I just want to get rid of whatever is in the business. So whatever is in the way of my business, that's what I want to deal with. I do not want to deal with things. Like I don't want to deal with a lot of stuff. And sometimes what your client needs is they just want to build a business. And maybe we just need to focus on the blocks that are in the way for that. Do they have a block of not worthy? Maybe we need to deal with that. Do they have a block of I don't want to be seen? Visibility block? Okay, maybe we need to deal with that. Do they have a block of I can't sell, I can't market, I can't? Maybe we just need to resolve the thing that they need to resolve for the immediate goal that they want. Maybe the client doesn't want to overhaul their whole life. Does that make sense? And so sometimes you're not getting the traction you want because you're trying to overhaul the whole house where the client just wants. Let me explain to you how I understand this spiritual stuff. It's like a house, you know? Sometimes you wake up and you want a new look. So you can break the house down and start building a house again. But you can also do repairs. You can also buy a new house. Some of the people that are listening to you are not ready to buy a new house. Also, they are not ready to break down the house they have. Some of them believe they just need a few repairs. And maybe that's what they need at that point. And a lot of spiritual experts, what they try to do is they try to overhaul a person. Some people don't want to overhaul the person or don't have the mental capacity to overhaul their whole life. I hope really this is helping. Meet people where they are at. I sent this lady to a healer and I said, hey, let's first deal with stuff. Like, take time, heal your stuff, and then we can come back and build the business. She came back and told me, I don't want to do that. I want you to help me build my business and we'll just deal with the blocks as they come. Right now, I do not want to overhaul my life. That is the only reason she didn't go with the person that I recommended, because she didn't want to go that deep. Sometimes people are just not ready for the depth that you offer. And meeting them where they are is okay to get in the door. And as one door opens, another one opens, another one opens. When one door opens, then you can move further in the house and go deep. But maybe we don't have to start with the depth. Does that make sense? Like, how can you meet people where they are at? How can you create stuff about the things they care about? The way I look at marketing is really every day I want to help you move one step closer to whatever the dream is. One of the ways to 3x your revenue is to understand what credibility is and what credibility is not. And right now in this video, I'm hoping that I can move you from 1 to 3 about credibility, and now you can begin to think, what do people care about? That's all it is. Meeting people where they're at. How can you do that every day? That's my first point. 3, talk about the things that they get wrong and they don't even know. Give them context about things that they may be doing in a way that doesn't serve them. That makes you credible. Can you teach them some stuff they don't know? Can you teach them some stuff they have twisted? Can you challenge the way they look at what they're doing? That makes you credible. Will you show up to challenge status quo? Because a lot of people are heading one direction when really the breakthrough they're after is in this other direction. What is it that your people are twisted about? If I think about my own niche, which is business owners, which is spiritual experts, why are they twisted around? Around niching and not niching? Should I niche? Shouldn't I niche? Okay. about marketing. Is marketing good? Is it bad? Is it self-promotion? Is it not? Is it you blowing your own trumpet? Is it not? Most of my people are twisted around sales. Is sales pushy? Like sales, do you have to be pushy and salesy to actually enroll clients? No. Twisted around credibility. What is it and what is it not? Twisted around how to get clients. A lot of people are doing the things they have no business doing to get clients. There's a lot of things that my people are twisted around, and if I can come here and talk about them in a way that makes sense to them, they see me as someone who can help them. What is the audience twisted about that you can begin to unwrap for them slowly by slowly? What can you begin to show them that they've been getting wrong or they've been misguided? Or how can you save them time? How can you save them pain? How can you save them money? What bad advice exists that you can talk about? I'm not saying shame people. I'm not saying ditch other people's programs. But what do you believe misguides your people that you can talk about? What are they confused about? What are they being misguided about? Credibility is you showing up every day, meeting people where they are, and every day helping them move one step closer to whatever the result they want, whether they hire you or not. That's credibility. Credibility is you being clear what game you're playing and coming forward and saying every day you see me here, this is the game I'm playing, and I'm going to play this game until whoever wants to play this game shows up. Credibility is you being you and not trying to be authentic. So dropping the authenticity and just being you. Credibility is not the bestseller. Credibility is how many people have you helped go through the thing that you help people do. Credibility is how many people in the weeds are you actually helping change their life. Credibility is what do people say in the room when you're not there? When people are talking about you in the DMs, what are they exactly saying? That is credibility or the lack of it. Credibility really is nothing that most people are teaching. Write a bestseller, go for that, I don't know, expensive photo shoot, have a potent website, be on every, I don't know, podcast, get interviewed. All the things actually help, but it is not. The significance and impact when it comes to actually increasing your revenues is not as big as you think. Write the longest sales letter. Do scalable stuff. I want you to pause and kind of think, what am I doing to build my credibility? How am I meeting my people where they are right now? How am I helping them move a step forward? You have what it takes for them to move from here to here. And maybe you can't give all of it in the time when they have you. Like I'm here for 15 minutes or 20. I really can't show you everything you need to 3x, 5x, 7x, or 11x your income. I can't do that, even if I wanted to. I can only give you as much as I have the time right now. And even if I did that every day of my life, I would never exhaust what I know because I'm always growing. Even if I gave it all away, which I like to do, I would never exhaust it. So how can you show up every day and help people move one step further? How can you help people? How can you challenge the way people think about the work you do? How can you challenge what people have been taught that doesn't serve them? How can you save people money? How can you save people time? How can you save people pain? What can you try that you can share? Go do some stuff, share it. It doesn't have to be, it made you 7 figures. It can also be, I did this thing, it flopped. So one of the pieces you can have is more like, I did this campaign, it flopped, and this is what I learned. You can be a business coach and you can do that. doesn't have to always be the wins. It can also be the lessons. How can you meet people where they are? How can you speak their language? How can you offer them what they want to start with and slowly slide in the things they actually need? So a lot of people will pay for what they want. Our goal as experts is to give them what they need and then slide in some of the things they actually like. We say what they want, and then as they come, we slide in some of what they really need, which they don't want, or the way they don't think they want. How can you start doing that? How can you begin to challenge the way they think? What is it that they have twisted that you can give them your opinion about? What game are you playing, and how can you explain to people what game you're playing? Because the people who want that game will come, and the people who don't want it will keep moving. How can you hold a microphone and stand in the shoes of the person you serve and show them that it is okay to be who they are? I don't have much for you today, but the guru syndrome, that's one of the reasons people don't get paid. And I'm playing the game of really getting you paid while working in less time. The guru syndrome is one of those things that keep people stuck. Another website, another landing page, another big group. I don't know how to speak on. I don't know. Speaking is amazing, but do you really know what you're doing when you go to those networking groups? Do you really know how to turn whoever you're meeting into a possible client? Being busy. Is just stop, honestly. Just stop. But just be clear, what game are you playing? I'm playing the game of getting paid. Playing the game of 11x in your income. And I stand against everything that is not that. Everything that doesn't increase your income and impact, I'm standing against that. Everything hype, I stand against that. Everything trickery and manipulation, I stand against that. Everything rules, do's and don'ts, I stand against that. Everything putting up appearances, I stand against that. Credibility can be misunderstood. And I do not know what you think credibility is. But I hope that any of the things I shared with you today helps you. If this was helpful, or if any of the videos I do is helpful for you, and you'd like to learn more, I have a community on Skool. You can start free on a trial. There's a 7 days trial as I record this. I do not know if it will be there forever, but right now there's a trial. The better news is my group has 49 members and it's still free. After 100, it will flip to paid, but even then you will get a chance to try it out with a trial. I'll go a while inside there. We're playing one main game, and that's the game of increasing the revenue. How can we 3x, 5x, 7x, 11x your revenue? That's the game we're playing. If you would love to play that game, there's a link in the bio that takes you to my Skool community, and I will see you on the inside. I send you all the love in my heart and hope you'll have a beautiful, beautiful day.